visionaries, and welcome to this episode of enVision, the show that pushes you to birth your vision. I'm MiShara Bianca, your vision midwife, and today we're talking about gifts. We all have a gift and an ability that has been given to us by God. Some people are artists, some people do hair, some people have the gift of teaching. Of course, have the gift of gab. So, you have to start to consider your gift, because most of the time your gift is directly linked to your vision. A good friend of mine said a gift isn't a gift until it's given. So the question for today is, how are you giving your gift? Today we're at the Dandelion. We're going to speak to a very gifted comedian. He has won Florida's Funniest Comedian, Javon Preacher Lawson. Stick around. The love seat, the birthing seat, with Florida's Funniest Comedian, Javon Preacher Lawson. Let's welcome him to the show. Hey, Preach!
Just for 10 minutes. My eyes are getting tired. My eyes are getting all watery. It's just Preacher Lawson. You don't got. Yeah, hey, what's up, visionaries? Good to see you. I'm excited. So excited right now. Go ahead, do your thing. I ain't even going to interrupt you. Go ahead and talk. No, just like that.
So today we're talking about envisioning your gift, and this man has a gift that makes everyone laugh. And so we want to talk to him a little bit about how he got there. First of all, congratulations. We know you're going to LA. This is one of your last shows here in Florida.
Yes,
and so we want to congratulate you on that. This man has been all over. He's been at the Improv. He's been down in Sarasota. He has things all on his Facebook where he's singing goodbye. He is doing amazing things, and so he's moving on to the West Coast so that he can birth his vision. So tell us what your dream is for and where you're going with it.
When I'm going to LA, well, first off, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It does take a big move. I did not want to leave. But yeah, when I go to LA, I just want to make some moves. There's bigger opportunities there. You know what I mean? You can. Orlando's a great comedy scene, but I want to do more than that. I want to do acting. I want to do commercials. I want to just do comedy. And I'm not gonna lie, I did quit before I came. Before I went to LA, I was like, I'll never quit comedy. I love comedy, but I was like, I'll just do YouTube videos or something. And there's one thing that all people that don't try have in common, or quit have in common, they failed. So I was like, man. So I was like, I'm gonna try, because if you try, you definitely have a higher chance of success than someone who doesn't at all. You know what I mean? So I'm trying. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. I really feel confident in myself.
Absolutely.
I feel like I bring something different to the table. You know what I'm saying?
You do. And so I'm glad that you spoke about the word failure, because a lot of people are scared and they like to speak about failure. But if I understand correctly, you did Florida's Comedian 5 times before you won.
Yes,
right?
I did.
So what was that like?
It was
for 5 times you did it, and you won up the runner-up or something at one time, and then you finally won this year, right?
Yes, exactly. I did it 5 times. I mean, you're cool. You just bring it up that I've lost 5 times in front of everyone. No, it's cool, man. Yeah. Oh, didn't you be a loser 5 times? No, listen, it was 4 times. No, it happened. But no, it was cool. But like the first time I did it, I wasn't. I mean, you get better. No one's gonna start off being amazing. Beethoven didn't get on the piano as Beethoven. He had to work. You had to work your way up. Absolutely. And so when I first did it, I didn't make it to the semifinals. The second time I did it, I got to the semifinals, lost. Third time I did it, I got to the finals and I bombed. I was so sad. Fourth time I did it, I got 2nd place, and then last year I won. So I kept moving up. You know what I mean? You get better. Every time I got closer, it just made me hungrier and more hungry. I just started working harder and harder. Just keep working hard, man. You can get it. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what kept you going and kept you going. Because some people give up after the first try because they think if they don't get it on the first try, especially the second try, then they don't continue to go. But you have to continue to go towards what you want, or else you won't accomplish it. Is that right?
That's true.
All right, so we're going to do what I like to call my 4 and 4. As you know, I go by the Vision Midwife, and so I help push you to birth your vision. So PUSH is an acronym that I've designed. P is for prepare, U is use your resources, S is for striving for success, and H is have faith. So let's take that step by step. So how did you prepare? First of all, how did you even get to a point to where you were doing stand-up comedy?
I think I lost a bet to my mom. I just wanted to be on a sitcom, and I was like, they had an open mic at Memphis, Tennessee, and then I was like, I'll try it.
I have no money. Like, I'm in debt. Like, I owe my mom money. Like, my mom, she called me up the other day so she can get her money, and I try to act like I didn't know her. My mom, she called me up. She's like, hey, preacher, this is Mom. I was like, Mom. Where do I know that name from? That sounds...
I started doing it when I was 17, and 2 weeks before I turned 18. And yeah, I went on stage and I was like, this is amazing. This is like way better than drugs. And I'm just playing. I don't do any drugs.
I ain't never do drugs.
Unless they free. No, I'm just playing. Totally joking, guys. But yeah, it was like, but no, I never, I don't know, I just never experienced that feeling like it's a crazy rush. It's kind of, I can't explain it. You know what, the closest thing I can explain it or compare it to is, you ever been on a roller coaster? That's like, and you're going up, that's like before you go on stage. It's like that, it's like, whoa.
Well, that adrenaline.
And then you get on stage, except it's the whole time.
It's the whole time.
It's
wow,
amazing.
That's amazing. As with all gifts, it sometimes can get you in trouble. I know growing up, one of the things that I got in trouble for was I was a chattermouth because I had the gift of gab. What about you? How did your gift get you in trouble?
Oh, I was a class clown. I was a class clown. You know what I mean? I was the loudest person in the room, unless you came in the room. Then I'd be quiet like this. See how I did before? Yeah, then I'd be quiet. And as soon as you leave, I'd be like, who the king now? You know what I'm saying? So I was playing.
What was that turning point for you where you said, this is it, I'm going to go all the way with this?
When I knew that I was like, this is what I'm born to do,
right?
I would probably say I was in a competition, and I never told anybody this, but I was in a competition, and it was maybe, I think it was like 3 years ago, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was in a competition against this guy named James Young, and he's the first person I ever seen get a standing ovation. Him and Alex E. Those are the first two people I've seen get a standing ovation. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, that happens? You know what I mean? It's really hard to get a standing ovation. So I seen him get a standing ovation, and like a year later, I went in the competition and I tied with him.
Oh, wow.
I went in another competition. Yeah, I tied with him. I was like, yo, I could do this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then, yeah, man. So that's when I figured out. I was like, okay, I can be a comedian.
The U in push is for using your resources. So with using your resources, who inspired you? Did you have to go and do some research to see how other people do their skits, or did you do research on what's going on in the world? Like, how do you get your skit?
I don't do any research.
Okay.
No, I just think if something funny happens, I just make a joke about it. You know what I mean? Like I do have favorite comedians. My top 4 favorite comedians of all time are Dane Cook, Eddie Murphy, Brian Regan, Kevin Hart. They inspired me, but I never thought I could be a comedian. I used to watch comedians on Def Jam and Comic View, and I'm like, man, I can't. They're too funny. I can't do it.
Right.
And so it's crazy, man. It's like you can do whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
You honestly can do whatever you want to do as long as you set your mind to it, and you just, yeah, you can. You can do all. Yeah, it's crazy. Just whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Did you think that would be a problem for you to have a clean show and still be able to pull in an audience?
Well, cuss words are funny. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Like when I don't do it, but like when someone uses a cuss word, it gives spice. So a lot of people use it as crutch. You know what I mean? They use it as a, so I mean, it is hard to be clean, but I like comedy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I did. At first, I never worried about it. I didn't try to be clean. I don't go around cussing and talk about sex anyway. So I mean, like, you know, so
you're just yourself.
Yeah, I was just me. Yeah.
For you, it's being yourself.
Yeah. It's just being me.
Success is defined by each individual person. What do you consider success?
Whenever you have a goal and you reach it, pretty much the standard definition. I don't know. I think. Yeah, anytime you actually go for something, that's success right there. That's right out the gate, because you could have quit. You could have been like, I can't do that, but you went for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's success. That's your winning right there.
So you actually set goals for what you want.
I do have goals. I want to be on a sitcom. That's my goal, and I want a special. And I don't have to be Kevin Hart famous. He's ridiculous. He can't go into Walmart. I want to walk into Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I want to get my cereal. He can't do that. So like I want to be big enough where I can walk into Walmart, but I can sell out the Improv.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I can understand that.
So I want to be able to support my family and my kids and my wife off of comedy.
Okay.
And I don't have no kids or wife. I'm single.
And the last letter is H, have faith. So how do you keep the faith in this whole process?
I know, right? Because I go to bars all the time. Every time I go on stage, I pray right before. I do a little shadow box, and then I do a prayer right before I go on stage every single time.
Wow.
Yeah, every time. And I don't go to church as much as I should go, but I definitely always keep God first, all the time.
Speaking of that, I know the viewers want to know, how did you get the name Preacher?
When I was 2 weeks old, a bunch of people kept telling my mom, they was like, it was like, when he gets older, she was at like a gospel conference or something, and a bunch of people kept going to my mom. They was like, when he gets older, he's gonna be a preacher. That's what they told my mom at 2 weeks old, and I don't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? Had to give that impression, but she was like, I'm just gonna start calling you Preacher. And she was wrong, but you know, I have a microphone on stage, so they weren't that far off. You know what I mean? But and I keep telling people that, they're like, you never know. Life is like, you don't know what's coming up, and you young. Wait a little bit. Wait. Yeah, that's what they say. Just wait on him, Lord. He'll get to you. And like I'm like.
All right, well, we appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule today to talk with us on enVision. What's one thing you want to tell our viewers about keep pushing to birth their vision?
I would say, I said this in the other video, I would say keep focused, because I got a motorcycle, and in motorcycle class they made us do these drills, and in one of the drills I kept hitting the cones when I was turning in between the cones, trying to go in between the cones, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm messing up, and the instructor's like, you keep looking at the cone, and I was like, I know, so I can avoid it. He's like, no, look in between the cones, because when you're on a motorcycle, wherever you look, that's where you're going. That's a fun little trick. Wherever you look, you're going. So he's like, look in between the cones where you want to go. And I just feel like you should do that with your life. Wherever you want to go, you should focus on that. And that's where you go. Don't focus on the cone. Don't focus on negativity. Focus on what you want to do in life, and then go for it.
Well, I want to present you with your very own vision.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Nah, that's cool. That's dope.
This is presented to you from the Vision Midwife, and we just want to acknowledge how much work you're doing and congratulate you on birthing your vision. So here you go. If we can look over at the camera.
Cool. Oh, my bad.